Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. This is part two of this. I don't have one drawn, but if you watch part one, we're actually going to make one. I'm going to take a square, make it perfect. I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees. I'm going to make it something even like 1 inch. And then I'm going to change my duplicate distance to 1 inch. And I'm going to Control D and move it down. I'm going to grab that one and Control D and move it up. So now I have these three objects. I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. I'm going to take them and I'm going to round off the top two by taking the shift or the shape tool, holding down the control button and move this in. We did this on part one, but I thought I'd just go over it because I kind of maybe figured out a better way to make it even. This way everything is the same. The circles in the square are the same size. Now I'm going to take it all and I'm going to weld it. I put them all together. I'm going to make them something other than a hairline. We'll make it about that size. I'm going to go up to object and convert the outline to an object. And then I'm going to left click, right click. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. And then I'm going to grab the outside circle holding down the shift key, and I'm going to hit T or P and put it to the top. Excuse me, it was T for top. Now, if we wrote, this was the problem we had in section part one. I'm going to Control D, alternate C, and I'm going to rotate this guy just 4 degrees. And the problem we had is that even if you move these over perfectly, let's just move it over a little bit more, they don't really evenly match up, if you can kind of tell that, because it's if this would match up if you were doing it in a line, but we're converting them into a circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool and fill that in. I'm going to change my nudge factor back to like 6. And I'm going to move that Smart Fill out of the way. I'm going to left click, right click. And then I'm going to click on my object and I'm going to go to Effects and Envelope tool. Well, I actually had it open, so I need to open it back up. And with that one selected, I'm going to go right here to Create from Envelope Form. And it made that form. And then I'm going to hold down the Shift key and select that. And I'm going to go EC. It's going to put it right in where I wanted it. And now I'm going to grab that and move it back over. See how it's kind of made it to that shape? Now we're going to Control D and make a duplicate, alternate C, and we're going to rotate this 4 degrees. And you can see it matches up perfectly. Now we could do this a couple of different ways, and I might even make a second video on how to make that match up, but I've already done one, but I might make a second video later. So I'm going to use this one right here that I've done and kind of played with. I'm going to Control D, alternate C, and rotate it 4 degrees. And see, by doing that shape, this is perfect. Now we're going to Control D and rotate it 8 degrees. Whoop. And then Control D just all the way around. You could use step and repeat or even the docker to rotate this. There's quite a few of them, so I'm hitting Control D a bunch and it's coming around. You kind of want to slow down because you don't want to go too far. But see how they all match up? Now, if we take these lines away, matter of fact, I'm going to nudge them out of the way because I might use this later. See how it matches up with that? I'm going to grab the outside line, and you can tell I have the line if it gets this big bounding box. If I select one of those deals, it'll be just not the bounding box. We'll go ahead and move that out of the way. And now, because of this is perfect, I mean, we were really having trouble with this on section one, and it's been a couple of days. I apologize. It took me a couple of days to kind of figure out what to do. Now I'm going to weld it. And by doing that, that took away all those extra lines. And then I'm going to Smart Fill it. It's quite a bit because of the fact that it's, there's a lot of them. Now, I'm going to quit on this video, and I'm going to make part 3 and hopefully maybe even 4, kind of show you how I got there. I'm going to go to object order backup page. Just going to make that kind of stand out because we're going to do alternating colors on one of them, which is kind of what he wanted to do in the first place. Anyway, I hope that helped somebody someday, and thank you for watching.